Hi, Todd from Woodturning Tool Store back again. Today's project, we're doing a couple of small bowls out of ash. The ash was something I harvested a couple of weeks ago. I had a small log that I cut in half and made a bowl out of each half. The one difference between making the two bowls is I used the Elio-DR, Elio drive with the drawbar in the headstock as a faceplate to hold on the one bowl, and then did the other bowl just the usual way with the tailstock and a spur center on that end. So it just this video will show you a little two separate ways of doing a small ash bowl, you know, from a work holding perspective. And then also I did one natural edge and one not natural edge. So these bowls were stacked in log like this. You can see the natural edge, so the pith was right in the middle. I dyed each one just as a practice. These are pretty small bowls, one red and one blue. This was wet wood, so these were all turned in one session, so they are a little bit warped. And when I went to remount them, it was hard to turn the bottom a little bit clean. You can actually see they're quite warped in the bottom. But I really like the red one. I think it turned out really nice. The grain pattern in there is just perfect. And actually one of the things I did on this one is some of the bark had broken off during turning, but it's hard to tell where that is now because you know, I faked it basically. You take some you know, magic markers or some colored markers, and even a Sharpie will do, and I think if I look at this closely enough, this edge here, here, and here was all broken off, and so I just painted the edges of it. Now it looks like bark. So you know, you can get away with stuff like that, so hopefully you get a takeaway there anyway from this video. But take a look, and hope you enjoy, and please subscribe. Thank you for all that are watching, and we'll see you next time. Look forward to another video coming up with this one as well, another project I did. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. I've got a couple of pieces of ash, a little log section that cut in half. It's really quite nice wood. I've got them marked for the centers and stuff. What I'm going to show is basically a traditional bowl out of this one, and then a natural edge bowl out of this one. So we'll see how that handles that. You know, what the grain looks like when it goes this way and when it goes this way in the bowl. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm also going to use Elio drives, the Elio-DR. I'll show you the difference between using the DR version of this, the drawbar ready version, versus not having a drawbar. And hopefully that'll help explain the usefulness of having the threaded insert in the back end of that thing. And well, let's get this going. I've got this pretty much laid out. All I've got to do is I've got, well, when I looked at these, obviously the bark on this one's kind of chewed up. This one looks nice and crisp, so this will be the natural edge bowl. So I'll be mounting the Elio drive on the outside here. And then on this one, I'll be mounting using the Elio drive in the normal configuration there. So that one I've got the center set up. We'll do that one like that. And then the other half, I've got a center point in here. It's hard to see, but found it. And so this is the great thing about the Elio drive. When you drive in these pins, you get a good seat on that Elio drive, and you're going to get some good grip. So once I get it mounted, I'll straighten it out a little bit, drive some screws in it for a faceplate hold as well, and drive these in a bit more, and we'll have a good turn. You don't really need to use these screws if you're going to put screws in, or these pins if you're going to put screws in, but they help me to kind of align it and center this thing up, so I'm going to have it jacked up a little bit like that when I put the screws in. So anyway, I'll get that set up, I'll show you that. Okay, so here is the Elio-DR mounted onto the blank. You can see I've got it fairly straight and plumb both ways. It's got a couple of 2-inch screws and 1 inch and a quarter or so. You can see the screw there. That I think I'm comfortable with. This piece of wood weighs maybe a pound or so. Stick this on the lathe with the drawbar and we'll get going. Here we are at the lathe, obviously, and I've got the piece here with the Elio-DR. Goes in there, the drawbar through the headstock into the device. So, and there we go. We've got it working. So, okay, so we've got this thing mounted. Standard bowl gouge. I've got the tool rest back out of the way. We're going to make a small foot here on the bottom of this thing, and we'll sweep this up this way to make the bowl and inside of the bowl on this side. So let's give that a go. Okay, so I've completed the one that's mounted on the Elio-DR. Now we'll mount this one in a traditional manner and use the tailstock to hold it in place. So I'll go like that. We'll bring the tailstock up and turn this like a traditional bowl. Okay, so it's in place. I've just got the tailstock in snugged up. Now I've set this one up without the drawbar, so that means I can't, there's no drawbar here on this side. I've taken it out, it's sitting over here. So what I'm showing is the difference between using the Elio drive as it is today and the new Elio-DR that I introduced actually yesterday or today. So so that's the difference. We need the tailstock support. This is locked down. This is going to be, I kind of snug that down. Make sure this doesn't spin. We're set to go. kind of a neat grain pattern. Coming up here, the starburst there. Comes up here, another starburst here. Anyway, I'll sand that up. Okay, we're back. We finished the small regular style bowl. I got some blue dye on it. It's not the best job, but for a good demo, it's fine. I'll take my time next time to get this finished better, but the inside looks nice. It's a good little, nice little bowl. It's hard to see with the light here, maybe. I've got the other one on here, the natural edge form. So mounted in the chuck, and we'll turn the inside now. Natural edge bowl on our bench vise, and I'm going to treat these broken edges and paint them up as though they're natural edge. So a little bit of a cheat, but I think the rest of this bark is on there nice and solid, so if I can fake the other stuff, it's 3 or 4 pieces that are broken, I think it's worth a shot. Just put a real fine burr on the Dremel, a little diamond straight tip, and we'll just kind of buzz these little things. I'm going to turn it a little bit to more angle towards me. Just a little brass brush after using Sharpies and Prismacolor markers, obviously not red, but had the dark green and sienna brown stuff, so that's looking better. I'd be hard pressed to tell that one apart from the others. That edge right there. Got pretty piss poor light here, so anyway, let's get it back on the lathe and we'll finish it off, hopefully.